With the new Power Bridge chassis, Fleetwood is upping the ante for all other diesel motorhome manufacturers, taking what was learned from its Liberty chassis. Fleetwood is now offering these same superior construction features on the new Power Bridge chassis. These are not just minor changes to an existing rig, but in fact, a major redesign that'll provide you with a wide range of new features and capabilities. With Power Bridge, you'll experience a tremendous range of new features, including improved ride quality, thanks to a more rigid chassis, gigantic pass-through storage with EnviroGuard HDP fiberglass liners in each compartment, a new utility center with a large pegboard for storing tools, new owner access features with a redesigned utility compartment for easier hose hookups, and easier access to the tanks, along with improved access to the main wiring harnesses due to the aluminum raceway that runs underneath the chassis. To further understand the benefits of the Power Bridge chassis, you need to see how it all comes together. Fleetwood starts with Freightliner chassis end clips and mates the bridge to the chassis to create Power Bridge. With this process, Power Bridge becomes one unbelievably strong unit that is straighter, flatter, and more consistent than other chassis. In fact, you could lift the entire unit off the ground from one end without any fear of structural weakness. As Fleetwood mates the pieces together, they also add in some of the other quality features that make Power Bridge special. Before the chassis and bridge are mated, the bridge is prepped. During this process, plastic end caps are placed on all tubing to keep unwanted debris out of the chassis during construction. Next, all the seams in the storage compartments are sealed to make sure they remain water resistant. The storage compartments on the Power Bridge are painted or galvanized and sealed in this way to make sure that your customer doesn't have to deal with leaks into their storage areas. The Power Bridge storage compartments also feature EnviroGuard HDP composite panels, which are added to the bridge at this point. These lightweight, durable, and easy-to-clean panels are resistant to rot, corrosion, and tearing, and unlike Ozite liners, can be hosed out for easy cleaning. Fleetwood's commitment to innovation is no better illustrated than with the addition of these new liners, which create a higher level of convenience. In the next step, 4-point mud flaps are added to both sides of the wheel wells to enhance ride quietness and to protect painted parts from chipping from rocks and other debris. The next key build feature involves the wire harnesses on Power Bridge. The harnesses are clamped to the chassis. The clamps used on Power Bridge will keep the main wire harnesses in place without fear of falling apart in the future. This is another new process for Fleetwood and chassis assembly, which will add further reliability to the product. Another important new component of the wiring system on Power Bridge is the aluminum raceway. This cradle holds the wiring, air, hydraulic, and fuel lines from the motor to the front bulkhead. These raceways are made out of aluminum so that they won't rust, and because they're under the structure, will allow easier access for dealer service. Other components are also added to the bridge before mating to allow for assembly efficiencies down the line. These components include the entry steps, slide-out rams, and motor mounts. Overall, there's very little welding involved in putting Power Bridge together. Again, this helps to limit rusting, which adds to the structural strength and integrity of this impressive unit. After prepping the bridge, it is then lowered and mated to the Freightliner chassis end clips at 8 different points, with huck bolts for extreme strength. Once mated, the various lines are run up into the aluminum undercarriage, and the other chassis wiring is completed. Finally, the thrust angle is adjusted as well as the alignment, and the Power Bridge is ready for production. The final result is a new chassis that rivals anything in the market, including the most high-end coaches. The improvements in ride quality will be evident to you, as Power Bridge and its stiffer, more consistent chassis will help to absorb the many bumps on the road. You may remember the Liberty chassis nickel test, where American coach engineers put a nickel on its edge on a running chassis. Well, with Power Bridge, we thought we'd get a little more creative. In the wine glass test, we put a full glass of wine on the rail edge of the new Power Bridge chassis and drove it on rough roads at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. As you can see, The glass, with nothing holding it to the chassis, stayed on and enjoyed the ride. This is made possible by a chassis that allows the suspension to channel the energy of the running motor and the bumps of the road away from the motorhome cabin. This all translates to a smoother, more enjoyable ride for you. In today's competitive RV market, you want every advantage possible, and Fleetwood is dedicated to making the diesel experience the best it can be. PowerBridge and its standardized chassis design will be available on 5 Fleetwood diesel product lines and will allow for increased flexibility of coach designs. With PowerBridge, Fleetwood has made the decision to provide you with a remarkable improvement in ride quality, storage, and conveniences, with a chassis that was born from luxury RV manufacturing experience and quality of workmanship. PowerBridge chassis is here, so now is your chance to take advantage of this bold new offering in diesel RVs from Fleetwood. To see what PowerBridge can do for you, visit your local Fleetwood dealer or go to www.fleetwoodrv.com/PowerBridge to get more information about this incredible new chassis and Fleetwood's complete line of diesel RVs. So remember, if you're going to RV, don't do it without PowerBridge.